What's going on, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. If you're new to the channel, my name is AkeemHaynes. I'm a two-time Olympic bronze medalist, author, motivational speaker, and sports commentator. On my channel, we talk boxing, MMA, track and field, and of course, motivation and encouraging content. If this is something that you enjoy, then I hope that you subscribe to the channel. Now, let's get into the video. Jonathan Gonzalez versus Shokichi Iwata. This is an exciting matchup. Let's get into it. Let's start with Jonathan Gonzalez. He's coming to this one with a record of 23 wins, 3 losses, 14 wins by way of knockout. He's been on a 4-fight win streak in which he won the WBO light flyweight title when he beat Elwin Soto by split decision. So he's got a lot of momentum and confidence, and he's the champion. He's going to want to come out of this one as the champion, even before he gets in the ring, right? You look at his career and you see the 3 losses. You might say this should be a win for Iwata, right? But I've always said losses teach you more about yourself than the wins do. And he's found a way to pick himself up every time and become a champion. So not only can he box, but he's got heart, and he's clearly dedicated to his craft, and he's mentally strong. I think the key for Gonzalez in this fight is to fight this fight and to get comfortable early. He's got to fight his fight, right? He likes to move around the ring, likes to use his footwork to his advantage, whether it's to evade his opponent's punches or create an offense of his own. He's got very good side-to-side and lateral movement, and he's very well conditioned. I mean, all the moving he does, you have to be very well conditioned to be able to sustain all that. Gonzalez is a calculated guy. Every shot he throws, he shows with the intention of landing cleanly. It's not always a lot between the rounds, but he fights to his cadence, not really worried about what you're doing. He's going to fight his fight. He shoots the jab well. He has a nice pop in his hands, and sometimes he throws combinations in flurries, but he's always defensively responsible. Against Soto, you can tell Soto was a little frustrated. He was chasing Gonzalez rather than cutting off the ring, right? He couldn't get to him enough to let his hands go, where Gonzalez would pick his spots and catch him coming in or catch him as he was backing up. But his conditioning was very impressive, so he could evade some of those attacks and some of those pursuit that Soto was trying to put forth. But again, Gonzalez is always going to fight his fight. He didn't go outside of himself. He stayed true to himself. It wasn't until the late rounds that Soto started to figure some things out and make some changes. But by then, it was too late. He was already 2 down on the card. His conditioning is very impressive, and I'm sure that is going to be part of his game plan in this fight as well. Let's talk about his opponent, the challenger. Shokichi Iwata is coming into this one with a record of 9 wins, 0 losses, 6 wins by way of knockout. This is an interesting matchup because it's a pretty big step up from an experience standpoint. In his 9th fight, Iwata gets a title shot. But this goes to show what him and his team think of his ability and his skills. And when you watch his tapes, you see why they think this highly of him. I mean, he's explosive. He has a stiff jab, good body puncher. He's accurate, and you feel his shots when he let his hands go. He maneuvers around the ring well. He kind of jump cuts in, fires, and let a few shots go and jump cuts out of it. It's very fluid and really nice to watch when you look at the small, subtle movements that a fighter does, right? The science of it, very sound and very consistent in the ring. He sets trap during his fights by level changing his feints and uses his head movement to fake one way and punch the other way effortlessly, right? It just looks like it's just coming very naturally, and he's not having to overextend himself to do what he needs to do. He's a very good counter puncher as well. He has this quick and sharp uppercut that he throws out, and if you aren't careful, you'll get caught with it. It's very subtle and it's very quick, right? And he shocked some of his opponents when he let that go. He did that the first time that he fought Toshimasa Ochi. In the rematch, he knocked him out in that one. Iwata might only have 9 fights on his resume, but he fights like a veteran, never forcing the fight, right? Picking his spots, taking his time to break his opponents down, and makes the necessary adjustments that are subtle but effective. So this is going to be an interesting fight because Gonzalez is going to be consistently moving around the ring. His lateral work and his conditioning are on point. And if he can do that this whole fight and keep the fight at a distance, use his jab and his combinations and continue moving, he'll have a lot of success as he's always had before. But Iwata cuts off the ring very well. And he's explosive and smart enough to anticipate where Gonzalez is going to be and meet him there with shots, not just his feet. And I also think Iwata might be able to slow him down by going to the body. We saw Gonzalez slow down to the body against Soto, right? Gonzalez is an experienced fighter, but Iwata is more explosive and athletic. And he can do a little bit more offensively than Gonzalez can. If it's an inside the pocket fight, I favor Iwata in that fight. He's the bigger puncher. He's the bigger fighter. Gonzalez needs to fight his fight. Be crafty, be patient, stay defensively locked in, and pick his spots as he did against Soto. If Gonzalez can make Iwata frustrated with his movement, I like that for him going into the later rounds. So who wins? As much as I like Jonathan Gonzalez, I'm taking Iwata in this one to win by decision. I think he's going to take some risks. I think he's going to have his opportunity to land some big, imposing shots that he will make count. Gonzalez has to throw more punches to show the judges something different. Gonzalez is going in and he doesn't have home field advantage. Iwata is at home, right? For whatever that's worth. But this is a great card and this is going to be a very good championship fight. What are your thoughts on this one? Who do you have winning? Let me know in the comment section below. If you'd like to support the channel, there's a couple ways that you can do so. You can like, comment, share, and subscribe to the channel. If you'd like to support by way of donation, you can find options in the description below. Also, my Cash App handle will be on screen as well. Any amount goes towards the growth of this channel and will be greatly, greatly appreciated. If you'd like to follow me on social media, my social media handles will be on screen as well. So with all that being said, if you've been watching the video this time, do me a favor and subscribe to the channel, and we'll definitely see you next time.